Welcome to The Future Was Yesterday, a podcast where we discuss the metaverse, not just as a virtual space, but as a pivotal moment in time when our real and digital lives intersect to create a new world. To talk about the changes that technology is bringing to our world, and specifically to the workplace, I want to present my guest today. Bogdan Yosava is a global tech team leader dedicated to app design and development. Partner in PinMy, a collaborative app that enables voice and text annotations on photos, videos, and PDFs. Bogdan is also the co-founder of Mabora Soft, where he leads software strategy and product development. Thanks, Bogdan, for being here. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the projects you are working?
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot, Cesar, for this opportunity, for inviting me for this conversation. And the topic is really important. And nowadays you cannot avoid this conversation because it's everywhere in our daily life, in our professional life. So yeah, I'll be happy to elaborate on my thoughts and share my opinion for you and your audience. I'm more than 10 years in high-tech and software development business. Have started working with some service companies and ended up co-founding with a partner our own software design and development agency, Mabora Soft. And just a few years ago, we started our own solution, SaaS solution, because we saw some gaps in communication and decided to add a little bit our experience to building something that hopefully will be used by different teams and help people to improve their daily communication.
And if I may, I wanted to ask, because I had seen and I had used the PinMy app, and it looks like something from science fiction from the beginning. And I wanted to ask if maybe in some way it was inspired by something like this, or how you came to think about a tool like this, not that it's a little bit unheard or unseen before. No, it's something very new and amazing, the way how you use technology for create something like this.
So that's a great question. Every tool starts probably with some kind of anxiety about existing tools, and and you end up with one more tool, and hopefully not only for yourself. Basically, what really inspired our team to build PinMy, that we've seen a gap in communication, especially mass in. We started to look in Spain because I'm residing in Spain, but later we discovered that it's a global problem. Mass in communication between people. They typically rely on WhatsApp messages and some blurry photos when they need to discuss something or explain something. You end up with someone sending you some photo and additional text or voice message saying something like, fix this, but you don't really know what this means and what he was talking about. Especially such problem appears in communication between, in professional field, between office workers and field workers, because field workers always on the go and their smartphone always with them, but typically they use just probably 5% of its capabilities for professional side. So I would call PinMy, it's a really simple tool. You just take in photo and or upload some plan or whatever you need, and put a pin exactly in a place where you need to explain or you have additional questions, and share with your teammates for further communication. I'll say it's like Google Maps, but for your projects.
Yeah, I see. Because the thing that I was like reflecting in what you are saying and my personal use of the tool, I feel it, like a empathy device that it's allowing you to put other person in your shoes, or the other way around, for the other person can understand what you are seeing, what you are feeling in the moment. And for me, it's like when you have to take your when not when you have to take the car to the service, but when you have a problem with the car, especially like in my own experience coming from Mexico, living in Latvia, where the winters are in another level, and have your first winter with a car, and the car is making things that you had never seen in your life, noises that you had never heard in your life, and you cannot explain to the mechanic, no. And having a tool like PinMy, it's a way how people that have different, or at least in my opinion, not that people that have different backgrounds can converge in a tool and find a common understanding, or at least from my point of view.
Yeah, exactly. You got the point. And even worse, when you in the middle of nowhere on a car, and like around you, people that don't speak your native language, and you need help, and you need to explain something. So in this case, yeah, like usually you rely on your fingers pointing on something, and start speak more Italian with your hands. So that was the point, and that's what we heard from our users, that I really love your tool, because instead of come to the office of my client who will put his finger on a screen and explaining me something, he can do it remotely without need of business trip. He can do the same, like just tapping on a screen specific places and explaining his opinion, whatever he needs to explain, and he don't need to have like a lot of skills to use complex products, which is nowadays quite a lot, and you sometimes lost to choose what is the easiest way to get to the result.
And I think this is something very important and obviously interesting to discuss for the future of work, the impact that technology is having, that at some point you can do so many things now that looks like science fiction if we will be discussing this a few years ago. But on the other hand, it's becoming more, the gap for the people that is not having this technical knowledge. I think it's becoming wider. If maybe you don't know, or you are not interested in this kind of complex solutions, you don't find too many easy solutions around there to make your life easier, no?
Yeah, for sure. And your reference to some science fiction reminded me one of the books that I really love. It's called Free Body Problem by Lucy Sin. I think, yeah, you maybe already had the opportunity to read it, or maybe like watching the Netflix show that recently was released. So all the entire idea of the book is about communication between different worlds, different cultures, and different people. Of course, it's like we don't want to probably arrive with solving such problem nowadays, because even apart from like unfriendly aliens, we still have a lot of problems on the Earth. but the idea still about communication. And sometimes I do feel like an alien when I download or sign into some new tool, and I consider myself quite tech savvy and capable, but sometimes I feel like a kid or my elder parents, and I understand you just the best way is just to give up and do it old style with pen and paper.
Yeah, it's becoming very very strange world. And I wanted to ask you now from your point of view, because like you said, with your background and your experience, but also you living in Spain, that it's by itself, it's having its own world. Uh, how you are seeing, or or what are you foreseeing about technological adoption of AI, for example, and the situation of work? Do you think that, at least in Spain, is going to be some impact in the marketplace or in the workforce, the use of new technologies?
Yeah, definitely. I think in this case, Spain not that much different from other countries. I see some industries and verticals more developed, some less, but I think the understanding that uh, we have to deal with AI and you cannot ignore it anymore, that's clear for all the people. But on the other side, you still can notice this huge gap between, especially when you, after some tech show, go to the real people on site, to the people who work. They still like lack some digital literacy, and not only in Spain. I noticed that sometimes, like it's really pity when not just people don't have needed digital skills, but when the company do not motivate people to adopt new technology for their daily work and work flows, because uh, there are different people with different mindset and different approaches, and some of them really, the best people, the best actors to ask that question: how we can make this digital transformation for our business, for our company. And sometimes it's pity then, company are not interested in motivating such people to act as pioneers of the technology.
Yeah. It's for sure. It's something that, now that I'm thinking it's maybe that all these similarities, like you said, the kind of problems that, or the situation that may exist in Spain, is might not be so different from other places, but the time frame that the people it's having in their mindset to solve the problems, or to see the problems coming, maybe that's the difference. I was listening to an interview with the president of Finland, and they were asking about what is he thinking for Finland to do in the future, and he was thinking that they are already working in quantum computing. They are thinking quantum computing is going to be their niche
Mhm.
for the next future. So and that it's, I think, maybe a quite long, or longer than average time frame. And maybe, like you said, with companies in Spain, it's not having this time frame so long. No, it's like more immediate, looking for results. No.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, uh, this hype with AI, that everyone now try to use it and try to adopt his own daily life and work life, I see even little danger with it, because like if we only ask AI for answers, we might forget how to find answers ourselves. Like we lose the skill of people teaching other people, and we may become just just use AI without thinking, and it can make it really easy to trick us with false information or with AI mistakes, like well known now AI hallucinations, when it creates some facts that never been existing. So it really, I believe, like has to be pushed from top to the bottom. The educational aspect of adopting new technology, especially AI.
Yeah, absolutely. And to try to bring the conversation to a close, I wanted to ask you, from your point of view, which transformation would you like to see by the end of the decade? Which change you will be, on one hand, which change its worst case scenario that is going to happen to us? AI is going to become Terminator and coming for all of us, or which is the best case scenario that you are foreseeing for the end of the decade?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, we are from generation who was watching Terminator and was like thinking that it's a far away future and fantastic scenarios. But just a few decades after, it's not that funny probably. But actually, I don't believe, I'm not like a part of the community that believes that robots will be taken over. I think the more the more serious problem is that gap between people who like with technical skills and without technical skills, and it creates builds a big wall of unfairness in our modern world. On the one side, people can just use tools. On the other side, we have senior people, some small business owners and individuals that like can take a part in modern economy and could be really left behind all this. So with AI, I think it's really crucial to control it. And like from my point of view, the three things we can do from our side, it's like designed for people, because all these tools they need to help people and make sure that technology is simple and accessible, and everyone can understand it. So like designed for people, not the other way around. The second thing is the focus on learning and useful skills. So I'm not meaning here boring computing classes, but training for real world that helps people on their daily lives and work. And the third, probably just like in that book of Free Body Problem, you have to build the bridges between tech companies, government, local groups, even individuals, because we all need to work together, and everyone needs to be in the same team. So there is no other way or other plan around, because like the progress, can really make a huge difference between people, even within one country or within one culture. So our goal is to try to adapt it and spread it equally.
Thank you very much, Bogdan. Thank you very much for all the information, for your thoughts, and as you said at some point in the conversation, and now in these final thoughts, I think everything boils to find better ways to how communicate among us, and how to close the gaps in digital literacy in our society. thank you very much. I hope we have the chance to talk again in the future, and listen to this conversation very soon in Spotify. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, take care.